Okay, so over here, we have our base, but we also have a number kind of in front multiplying it. And it might be tempting to say that 5 times 3 is 15, but it would be wrong because that would be a bedmass violation. We've got to deal with this exponent thing first. You can't multiply it before that. But we're going to deal with this in a different way. What we're going to do is we're going to just divide both sides by whatever's in front. And so that's going to give us, so after we divide it, we're going to end up with these 5's cancel. 3 to the x minus 7. And 45 divided by 5 is 9. And then we go back to our game. So that's going to be, that's our base, 3 to the x minus 7. 9 is going to be the same thing as 3 to the 2. The bases are the same, which means the tops are the same. So x minus 7 equals 2. And x equals 9. Okay, before we do example 8, so we're moving on to example 8. We're going to do kind of a warm-up of sorts, or a notice. So warm-up slash notice, something like that. So we know if we have 7 to the x times 7 squared, when the bases are the same and we're multiplying, what we do is we add the exponents. And of course, more importantly, the other way works as well. So 7 to the x plus 2 is 7 to the x times 7 squared. So, keeping that in mind, what we're going to say is we have, okay, now example 8 for real. So 2 to the x plus 4 minus 11 times 2 to the x equals 160. Okay, so we're going to use this trick, and we're going to say, well, 2 to the x plus 4 is the same thing as 2 to the x times 2 to the 4 minus 11 times 2 to the x, which is 160. Now, the next thing we're going to do is if we look at these two things, there's a common factor. And the common factor is 2 to the x. So these guys are common factors. So we're going to common factor it out. So it's 2 to the x. I pull that out. And then what's left behind is, if I common factor out 2 to the x from here, all that's left here is 2 to the 4. And what's left in this one is minus 11, which is equal to 160. So then what we have is we see that 2 to the x, and then what we're going to, 2 to the 4 is 16 minus 11, which is 160. And 2 to the x, 16 minus 11 is 5, equals 100, oops, that's not the color I wanted, equals 160. And now we're actually kind of back to example 7, where we have an exponent and something multiplied. So I think I've run out of space on this page, so we'll kind of cruise to the other one. So what we have now is we have 2 to the x times 5 equals 160. And how do we deal with that? What we do is we divide both sides by whatever's common. And so these 5's cancel. These 5's cancel. And 160 divided by 5 is 16 divided by 5 is 32. So we're going to end up with 2 to the x equals 32. To solve this, we're going to make them a common base. So it's going to be 2 to the x, and that is, so 32 is 2 to the 4 is 16, 2 to the 5 is 2 to the 5. The bases are now the same, which means the exponents are the same, and no further work is required. X is going to be equal to 5.